Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a little haul video from these new products I got from a company called Temu or T-E-M-U. I picked out all things to do with sublimation and vinyl cutting. Now before I get too far, links to the supplies I have mentioned are down in the information section. There's also a coupon code to get 30% off all of the products I have mentioned, so make sure you take a look in the information section for all those cool products. All right, let's go take a look at each one of these products I selected one at a time. So the first product I picked out, because I go through a lot of these and I always love to have them on hand, are the cutting mats for my Cricut. So they're the same size, everything is the same colors. The grip is fantastic. I mean, there's just no way around it. I picked up a light grip, a standard grip, and then also the fabric grip. I love the light grip one specifically for all things paper crafting. It's got the plastic cover on the front. If anybody's ever cut with their Cricut, they know that these mats are golden. And even though I haven't officially tested yet, because truthfully, I'm just unboxing this video, it feels the same. Everything feels exactly the way it should for the mat. When you first get them, each one is individually wrapped just like this one. And let's just take that out. And then, you've got your rest of your mats. This is a standard grip and it is a lot tackier. I can feel the grip just be that much tackier. So this you can use if you want to put your vinyl sheets down or if you've got some other products. I will also use a standard grip when I'm doing felt crafts, which leads me to the last one, which is your fabric grip mat. This one obviously great for fabric, and I also use this one with my felt projects because I can cut all kinds of stuff. I do paper projects, I do felt projects, I do vinyl projects. So those are the three main things. So I got one for kind of all of the above. So now I have 3 more mats that were way cheaper than I could have gotten had I got them on any other store, and they function just the same. So big win for me. I got lots of cutting in my future. So now you're gonna probably look at me and go, why did you get so many of these? These are little vinyl squeegees. So on one side you have a plastic end, the other side you have a felt side, and they come in 4 different colors. So I actually got one of every of the colors they had. They have this pretty blue, they have this kind of gold color, yellow, and then red. And they come as a 5-pack like this. So let me open this one real fast to show you. I think you can get them individually, but I chose to get them as a 5-pack. I'll explain why in a minute. So you get 5 of them. Truly, you only need 1, but I have an event coming up where we are going to be doing some vinyl projects, so everybody gets to have their own little squeegee. How does this guy work? Well, a couple of ways. One, when you first have your vinyl and you're doing your transfer tape, you can use this to help stick everything to it, which I don't have on handy right now. But also, let's say you have your finished project and you just want to get rid of those last little bubbles. You can use the felt side so you're not damaging your project. Or if you really need to get in there, you can use the plasticky side to really get in there. So this is to make sure you're not damaging any of your surfaces, the nice vinyl or the felt side. And then you have the other side. Plus it's nice and big. You have some gripping to it. You get a color option of what you want. And here's the best part. This is what's kind of fun. I can now personalize it because you have this nice big space right there. So I can go in with my vinyl and I can personalize these if I want to, or I can just leave them plain. It's kind of up to everybody what they want to do. So now I have 20, yes, you read that right, 20 new little squeegees that I can use for future projects that I have class kits and stuff for. So yay, I get more little squeegees I can pass out to everybody. So since we're talking about all things vinyl, I also picked up a little vinyl. These are your picking tools. Let's open one. This came as a pack of 10 and they're all just really super easy. I mean, and the price for these is pretty inexpensive. I love it already has like a little protective cover right there. So just right at the tip, it has a nice protective cover. You can use the little handles here, here, or here, depending on where you want to go, or you can kind of like grip it or however you want. This little thing comes off. I'm not quite sure why you would need to have that pop off, but it's there if you want to have it pop it off. But the main point, and these are all identical, so I'm just going to shift them, but the main point of this is for weeding. So bring back my handy dandy little project. You would pull off this little plastic cover, but I'm saving this again for future class kits. This is a great way to get some class kits for, like, everybody needs a weeding tool. So now I have a whole bunch as a class set to pass out. So if I want to weed out the little pieces inside of here, I now have a really nice little weeding tool that I can get into all those little nooks and crannies. And again, if I wanted to, I could personalize it or just pass them out just like this. It's kind of up to me. So having a good weeding tool like this one, and I love the angle of the neck. It's not a straight point. It really helps you kind of get in there and see it and see what you're doing versus like, am I there? Like having that kind of gooseneck is really, really nice when it comes to a good weeding tool. And I love the pretty little color. I'd like teal better, but I'm not gonna deny a little cute baby pink. All right, here's another really super exciting, but also like very important. There's a lot of tools that we have that don't look super glamorous, and these are one of them, but oh my goodness, they are so handy. This is protective tape when you're doing sublimation or heat transfer. So you have your project down, you want to tape everything down, and before you go in the heat press so things don't wiggle around on you, you want to use a tape that is protected when you're using the heat. So it doesn't melt onto your project, it doesn't stain your project, and so this is heat protective tape. There is quite a bit on this roll. It's 4 rolls. There's 108 feet per roll. It's a lot. And look at the width of it. It's really nice. So it's just a really good really good tape that you can use. It's good, solid. It comes out. It's kind of bluish in color. And so now I have a lot of really good protective tape that I can use while I'm doing my projects. It's a nice big roll. And I've got a lot. So again, for use when I do projects, I can have extra tape on hand in case what they have is not enough or they need a little extra more. Heat safe tape is a must. So another fun sublimation project tool that is an absolute must, and the price for these, it cannot be beat. All right, so here is an acrylic blank set. This was a whole little set that again is gonna be part of a class kit. You get all these little cool things. We're gonna open that up in a minute. You get all of these. We're gonna open that up in a minute. And then we get a whole bunch of these. There's a little bit of everything in here. There's 120 pieces in here total. This right here is a little acrylic piece, and you know what? Well, let's just pull out that little scrapey tool, because why not? So now we're actually gonna use the tool. There is a little protective film on here, but basically it's an acrylic little sheet that we're gonna peel off this protective layer. So here it is. And there's another protective layer on the other side, so that's why it's milky. Once both, let me just yank that off so you guys can see it really well. So once both layers come off, it's completely see-through. So what am I going to use these for? See how see-through that is right there? So let's get this all off. So see how see-through that is? It's purely see-through. I'm going to put this back on because part of the reason for that protective layer on there is to make sure that the acrylic doesn't get scratched or damaged. So how many are in here? I need to count this now. We got 1, 29, 30. There are 30 of these little guys in here. So there is enough for a project for 30, which is fantastic. So 30 little keychainy dudes right there. And then you have a huge variety of little tassels. So let's just pull out, I'm gonna pull out my favorite color. Oh, here we go. I had to pull out my favorite color. So it's just a cutie little tassel that attaches to the bottom, and look how adorable that is. So here we have like a little fun tassel. So you would have your blank, you would have your tassel, and now it's part for this thing. So when you're ready to make it, you're gonna put something on your acrylic piece, then you're gonna attach your tassel, and then you have your little hanging keychain. So this gets attached to here, and it comes as a little set. I'm not putting it together because I do have a plan for these, and since there's 30 of them, that actually pairs up really well for how many kits I want to give away, which is fantastic. So now everybody has their own little acrylic piece. They're going to have fun things like you could put vinyl on here, you could paint on here, you could draw on here. There's lots of cool things that you can do with these little fun sets. And so this is just one of a few. And everybody gets a little cool extra tassel piece. So if you're looking for a cute kit to give, that's a project for a group. This is like a class set, quote unquote. It's very easy. You can have all the vinyl cut ahead of time, and they just transfer it on, and then they have a really cute little something that they've made, and if they want to pick out their colors, they can pick out their colors. So there's lots of cool little extra doodads that you can get with this, which I just think is so much fun. And it's really inexpensive for how many you're getting, which I think is even better. So that was also one of the other fun items I picked up. So I scored. I picked up a ton. There were 3 different amounts that you could get, and yes, we're gonna pull them out in a minute, but there was a 12-piece set, there was a 10-piece set, and there was a 5-piece set. So let's open them up and let's do the 12-piece set first. Let's take a look at the 10 count. Okay, I had one little oopsie. It had a little bit of a bent neck, but let's see. Oh yeah, see, look, I was able to fix it right back. It just probably got damaged in the box, but it's all good. So exact same set, as you can tell. What is the difference? It's just we're missing the white and we're missing the brown from the 12 to the 10 count. Now let's take a look. Let's take a look at the 5 count. Now you really can see the difference between the 12, the 10, and the 5 count. So in the 5 count, we're missing, just because you can see what colors we have, we're missing both of the pinky ones, the teal one, the black, the white, and then the browns. And so you still get a good smattering of colors. In terms of which one would probably be my go-to to pick in 12. But, you know, if the 10 piece is a better deal or the 5 piece, I might do that. I like having the variety of colors personally. And even though I may not ever ink blend with the white, maybe I have like a dark teal, which I do. I use dark teal all the time. I might designate it as a dark teal and then maybe put a little bit of some paint on there so I know which one is mine. And if I have brown, maybe I have a light brown and I have a dark brown. And I can always go by the color that is on my actual blending brush to see if it's the lighter or the darker. I mean, that's pretty easy to tell one way or the other. So awesome deal for these. I feel like I can never have enough blending brushes in terms of if I want to have more colors or also for class sets. So big win here. All right, my daughter uses the bejesus out of the one I have that's a little bit bigger. This one's a little bit on the smaller side, which is fine. This is a silicone mat that you can use for crafting. She has a craft table that is over off on the side by my desk, and she has ruined some of my old ones, and I have ruined some of my old ones. And just when you're doing lots of paint mixing, this little guy is gonna come in handy. It's actually, you guys know the original origin behind these, they were like oven liners. You would put them in your oven and it would help protect. They could withstand heat. That's why we can use our heat guns on them and things. So you can put heat on them, and obviously they wipe clean because they're Teflon. Has the Teflon coating on them. This is my other really mucky one. So again, I have a few of these. This one is a little bit smaller than the other ones, but you know what? It doesn't bother me about the size at all. I kind of like that it's a tiny bit smaller. It's less to have. The other one's really big in the sink, and this will fit much nicer in the bottom of my sink, and I can scrub it, flip it over, scrub it again. It's nice and lightweight. It rolls up great. I mean, that's how it came. It actually came all rolled up. So for travel purposes, if you were gonna have a nice small one to take with you, this little guy is perfect. I love it. Thank you for watching this fun haul video for all things I picked up from Temu that have to do with sublimation and vinyl, and just all the tools and cool things that I use kind of on an everyday basis, and now I have tons. Possibly I might even be using them for some upcoming cool events that I've got. So don't forget, all the supply links are down in the information section so you can get those, and also don't forget your 30% off coupon that's down there as well. Have an amazing day, and I will see everybody again soon. Bye everybody.